Apple MacBook Review. If the rumors are anything to go by, the MacBook may soon serve as a replacement for the dwindling MacBook Air. All told, it's a no-brainer considering it has a better screen, a thinner frame and more powerful components inside. But, the question is it worth shelling out for it now instead? The short answer is yes. Now that Apple has worked out the kinks, effectively replacing the butterfly switches from the previous keyboard with the same refined second-generation switches featured in the MacBook Pro, this 12-inch model is worth buying now more than ever before. Price and availability. At $1,299, £1,249, $1,899 Australian dollars, we're going to have to reiterate that the MacBook is an expensive proposition compared to the Air. One version of the MacBook, for instance, comes with an Intel Core i5-7Y54 and 512 GB of SSD space instead of the base model's 256 GB. It's still fanless, so we wouldn't bank on speeds quite as fast as the cheapest MacBook Pro, but does come to a grand total of $1,599, £1,549, $2,349 Australian dollars. Should you be interested in getting the top-of-the-line MacBook experience, you'll be looking at a price tag of $1,949, £1,864, $2,909, for an Intel Core i7-7Y75 processor and 16 GB of RAM, along with the same 512 GB of storage brandished by the previously mentioned configuration. Design. Frankly, not much of anything has changed about the look and feel of the 12-inch MacBook frame, which isn't entirely a bad thing. Available in space gray, silver, gold and rose gold, the brushed aluminum feels just as cool, literally, and sublime as it has on Apple laptops for years. Again, the laptop's thinness and feathery weight continues to impress to the point that its dimensions are a hallmark aspect of the device. That said, an even more narrow screen bezel or just one more USB-C port would be blessings upon the design at this point. Display and sound. We all know that Apple has prided itself on its displays for years, and with good reason. The 12-inch MacBook's screen remains unchanged since the dawn of the product in 2015, which is just fine. Editing photos and doing graphically intense design work looks simply superb on the Retina display, but it's not the sharpest in its class any longer. Also, the 16:10 aspect ratio is just off-kilter enough to be annoying sometimes, like when watching movies or editing images that are formatted to 16:9 in full screen mode. Battery life. All that said, the 2017 MacBook continues to beat most of its rivals in pure longevity, reporting a battery life score in our original TechRadar battery life test of 8 hours and 4 minutes. That's nearly a half hour longer than the Pixelbook and several hours longer than the Swift 7. Of course, that's unsurprisingly far below Apple's battery life claims of up to 10 hours wireless web browsing or up to 12 hours iTunes movie playback.